There's a certain kind of silence that settles over a room the moment Angela Bassett steps into a scene. You notice it even before she speaks. That's not a skill anyone can teach, and it's definitely not something anyone can pretend. Recently, clips of her classic interviews, iconic red carpet appearances, and that unforgettable Oscar speech have been making the rounds again. People aren't simply revisiting her performances. They're analyzing them. So, what makes her so remarkable? Long before Hollywood recognized her talent, Angela Bassett was a young girl growing up in St. Petersburg, Florida, raised by a single mother who believed education and discipline mattered above all else. That mindset carried her to Yale, where many assumed she'd pursue law instead of acting. At first, she ended up doing neither. Instead, she found her place on the stage, making her Broadway debut in 1985, delivering August Wilson's words with power and beginning a journey that would take nearly 10 years before reaching its breakthrough. Then came 1993, and what's love got to do with it? Bassett didn't merely portray Tina Turner. She transformed into her. Every ounce of fear, rage, resilience, and determination came through with striking authenticity. The role earned her an Oscar nomination and a Golden Globe, but more importantly, it sent Hollywood a message it wasn't prepared to hear. Angela Bassett was never meant for ordinary roles. She proved it again in Boys and the Hood, Malcolm X alongside Denzel Washington, and as Rosa Parks, whose quiet strength she portrayed with a grace that made history feel alive once more. Time after time, Bassett selected roles with purpose, characters that required truth in an industry that too often expected Black actresses to fade into the background. She refused to do that. Then, after decades in a career already worthy of legendary status, she surprised everyone by entering the Marvel Universe as Queen Ramonda, bringing authority, heartbreak, and dignity to a superhero franchise. When Chadwick Boseman passed away and Wakanda Forever became far more emotional than anyone had anticipated, it was Bassett who carried much of that emotional weight. Her performance earned another Golden Globe and an Oscar nomination, becoming the first acting nomination in Marvel Cinematic Universe history. 50 films, one acting nomination for the franchise, and it belonged to her. That wasn't chance. It was the result of 4 decades spent refusing to lower her standards. That's the real reason she's everywhere once again. It isn't nostalgia, because nostalgia belongs to people whose greatest moments are behind them. Angela Bassett continues to matter. She's still appearing on television every week in 911, still commanding attention on stage, and still, at nearly 70, doing what she's always done best, making audiences believe every single word. Angela Bassett never set out to be everyone's favorite. She set out to become impossible to ignore. For decades later, she remains exactly that. If stories like this inspire you the way they inspire us, be sure to subscribe, because there are plenty more unforgettable chapters of Hollywood history waiting to be told.